Episode number 208. It was as late as 7 o'clock when he awoke refreshed, and went out into the streets again. As he passed along towards St. Antoine, he stopped at a shop window, where there was a mirror, and slightly altered the disordered arrangement of his loose cravat, and his coat collar, and his wild hair. This done, he went on direct to Defarge's, and went in. There happened to be no customer in the shop, but Jack 3, of the restless fingers, and the croaking voice. This man, whom he had seen upon the jury, stood drinking at the little counter, in conversation with the Defarges, man and wife. The Vengeance assisted in the conversation, like a regular member of the establishment. As Carton walked in, took his seat, and asked, in very indifferent French, for a small measure of wine, Madame Defarge cast a careless glance at him, and then a keener, and then a keener, and then advanced to him herself, and asked him what it was he had ordered. He repeated what he had already said. English? Asked Madame Defarge, inquisitively raising her dark eyebrows. After looking at her, as if the sound of even a single French word were slow to express itself to him, he answered, in his former strong foreign accent. Yes, madame, yes. I am English. Madame Defarge returned to her counter to get the wine, and, as he took up a Jacobin journal, and feigned to pore over it puzzling out its meaning, he heard her say, I swear to you, like Evremond. Defarge brought him the wine, and gave him good evening. How? Good evening. Oh. Good evening, citizen. Filling his glass. Ah. And good wine. I drink to the Republic. Defarge went back to the counter, and said, Certainly, a little like. Madame sternly retorted, I tell you a good deal like. Jack 3 pacifically remarked, He is so much in your mind, see you, madame. The amiable Vengeance added, with a laugh, Yes, my faith. And you are looking forward with so much pleasure to seeing him once more tomorrow. Carton followed the lines and words of his paper, with a slow forefinger, and with a studious and absorbed face. They were all leaning their arms on the counter close together, speaking low. After a silence of a few moments, during which they all looked towards him without disturbing his outward attention from the Jacobin editor, they resumed their conversation. It is true what Madame says, observed Jack 3. Why stop? There is great force in that. Why stop? Well, reasoned Defarge, but one must stop somewhere. After all, the question is still where? At extermination, said Madame. Magnificent, croaked Jack 3. The Vengeance, also, highly approved. Extermination is good doctrine, my wife, said Defarge, rather troubled. In general, I say nothing against it. But this doctor has suffered much. You have seen him today. You have observed his face when the paper was read.